Sup, name's Rio, and I played the new Prince of Persia. Now, this is just my first take. I haven't even finished the game, okay? It's like, I'm like 40%, 10 hours into the game. 40% still. The game's huge, yo. A viewer told me that Prince of Persia was actually a platforming game originally, which, that's a cool fact. My first game was like Sands of Time, I think, and that was like the open world thing where like God of War 1 through 3. Those types of games. That was the first time I ever played Prince of Persia, and boy, what a change they've made. Or should I say, revert back to a platforming game. So, how is the game so far? It's good. It's good, I like it. It's fun. I never thought I would actually enjoy a platforming game. You know, platforming games like Jump King, Blasphemous, speaking of, that's the same style kind of, Metrovania. Speaking of, let's go back a little bit. Let's go to Nostalgia Town here and say that my first platforming game that I ever touched was like Lava Girl or like Lava Boy and Water Girl. Does anybody remember that? Okay, it was called Fire Boy and Water Girl. When my teacher, oh my god, dude, that was the first platforming game that I ever touched in math. This was during math, like I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. We had like little laptops. The dude was explaining why letters deserve to be on math. What the like what? I didn't care though. I was just playing that game. And boy, oh boy, did I blow cheeks. Man, did I suck at those games. And ever since then, I've been staying away from like platforming games. But hey, this one, the Prince of Persia one, my first take, it's not bad. It's really fun. There's powers that you get throughout the game that help you, you know, platform, jump up, and move a little bit faster to fight bosses as well. This contains spoiler about the game, but I feel like it's already been a week since it came out, so I don't really know if this is much of a spoiler anymore. Plus, you know, I haven't really even finished the game. I'm 40%, by the way. The game's big, yo. And I'm like 10 hours in. 11, because I had to restart. The reason why I restarted is because I tried it on insane mode first. There are like 5 different difficulties, I think. There's easy, normal, hard, and then immortal. I wanted to play it on immortal, but then I just kept eating dog ass. I just kept eating dirt, bro. Like that shit was spoon-fed to me by the normal enemies, mind you. The normal enemies, especially the zombies in the second map. Oh my god. Come on. That was my entire HP. They are so fast. Holy. But it's not hard, actually. It's not hard. The difficultiness of the game, it's not hard. If you learn it, if you learn how to parry, you know, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. I feel like they just throw a lot of mobs in your face to kind of make it difficult. So you have to deal with a lot more. But parrying in the game is actually pretty simple. The game is super friendly. It's like new player friendly. There's a lot of guides, you know. You can have the option to have the map marked or not. Which is really good. It's new player friendly. And gameplay wise, it feels clean. It feels really simple and clean. Some of the bosses you can cheese by just dodging, which is like funny. But yeah, it's the gameplay, it feels smooth. It doesn't feel like, you know, where some games you're locked in axis, you know, you're locked in that position while you're attacking. This game, no. You can dodge mid combo. It's smooth, baby. It almost feels like they put lotion in the fucking CPU that they were, you know, using to make the game. It almost feels like that. That's what I'm just saying, okay? It's smooth. I like it. Like, the game looks amazing as well. For a platforming game, the game looks amazing, especially with its music, this dark, heavy rock that it's got going. And then sometimes it goes peaceful because, you know, you're in between boss fights and enemies. But yeah, it's good. It's good. And speaking of visual, dude, let me tell you, some of these developers, like Diablo 4, man, they need to learn how to like show indicators like this game, man. Oh my goodness. Because you can see when you're fighting bosses or even just regular mobs, you can see that they glow yellow, red, or just normal that you can parry. Red, obviously you cannot parry. Yellow, that's like a punishing attack parry. And then when it's not glowing, you can just do a regular parry, right? And then punish it afterwards. The game doesn't obscure, you know, the ability to fight back. The game does not obscure the ability to fight back when you see something that you can punish. I like that. And don't you dare type skill issue in the comment section. Actually, please type skill issue in the comment section so I can delete it. And speaking of boss fights, powers also come into play. You know, you collect feathers to gain powers to help, you know, with the next boss. And the next boss, and the next one, and the next one, until eventually you fight this big ass snake boy in the sand. That fight got me crooked as fuck. More crooked than the crack that you stepped on to break your mom's back. But there isn't that much hand holding in the game. When it comes to those fights, there isn't that much hand holding in the game, which I appreciate because you grow, you learn. Hey, you know, you use this power, right? You make a dimension to capture one of the orbs that's falling into your head, kind of like a nuke, and then you throw it back at the boss. I like that. I didn't figure that out until like, what, 4 or 5 retries into the boss. And that was like, whoa, amazing. Whoa! But I like that. I like that, you know, it isn't much hand-holding as well. It's new player friendly, but it isn't as hand-holding. Yeah, I like that. When it comes to boss fights and using these powers as well, you know, the game is new player friendly, okay? If you're playing a new platforming game, if this is your first time playing a platforming game and you're fighting these bosses, hey, you know, they guide you with powers to help you platform, but they don't really help you with the bosses. The bosses, it all comes down to you using the powers and skills that you got up to that point to where you're fighting the boss, right? Like fighting that snake boss, I didn't know that I could throw back the orb that's falling down on you that nukes you, and you can throw it back at the boss. I like that. I like discovering that shit. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I like it. I like it a lot. Now the bad things about this game though, the game is big, bro. Like the game is big, yo. I feel like at least they should add a little bit more teleportation places. The map is huge, bro. It's huge. I'm 10 hours into the game, 40% only, 39.9 actually. Game is big, man. Now this might be a completely biased opinion as well, or take. You know, I'm trying to be objective about it, but like maybe some of the platforming parts that you do maybe they respawn you at the point where you stopped and, you know, you were safe for a little bit. Kind of like, let me think back when I was playing. Kind of like the sandy area where there's like spikes and shit, and you have to go through like sand. You have to like slowly go up and down the sand. Don't touch the spikes, otherwise you restart all the way at the bottom. Maybe have like a little resting point. Just maybe. That's a skill issue. Definitely, that sounds like a skill issue now when I say it out loud, but like maybe have those little areas, you know? That's what I would say. Hey, I'm not good at platforming games. I'll admit it, okay? I suck dog nuts when it comes to platforming games. But fighting bosses, hey, throw me in there. Hardest difficulty ever, I'll get it done in 2 tries. Easy. Get it done. I'll get it done. But platforming, holy, that's a whole different boss right there. That is a whole different boss to me. Just saying. Some of the areas that you are platforming, unforgivable. Unforgivable. Like, I get it, you don't instantly die, but you restart like 3 platforms back, and it really sucks. They could probably add a little bit more difficultiness into the early bosses. Then again, it is early bosses, and the snake boss, that was like the start of the hard fight. No, that's not true. That's not true. The queen of the forest, that's when like the difficulty of the bosses started to kick in, because that boss, holy, wow, what a fight. Wow, what a fight. Okay, there's this when you're fighting the Forest Queen, right? She's corrupted, you know, you gotta kill her. And then her health bar, when it gets to like a certain point, like when you take off 25% or a quarter of her HP, she teleports you into this dark realm. You know, she puts you under, again, jutsu, motherfucking two-eyed Sharingans type shit. And then she just stabs you a lot. She charges at you in different like directions. Above, she doesn't go from below though. Above, side to side, and you gotta parry it. Otherwise, you're screwed, bro. Again. Oh my god.
You
Holy shit.
serve.
Wow, what a boss fight. What a boss fight. Come on. But the good thing about parrying, you get like Athra. And Athra is like this power bar that you get. If you get good with parrying, you can punish her a lot with your Athra powers. And it's rewarding when you parry. I don't really think this is a bad thing, but maybe have more spawn locations as well. No, not really. No, actually, no, they have a lot of spawn locations. Damn, like they put them in a good spot. After like a major big room that you just cleared, boom, there's one. When you unlock a shortcut, it goes back, you know, it goes back to that old save spot. The trees, basically. The whack trees. The jack trees, you know? The fap trees. That's what I call them. And maybe, like, give us more, like, teleportation areas, bro. Like, really. Like, really. Just to, like, help us navigate through the game a little bit. Yeah, a little bit faster. Get us going just a little bit faster. You know? I did have to restart. I played it on Immortal, but then I was like, I was dying a lot to the environment and it took a lot to run back. And I wanted to, you know, have a good take on it. I wanted to spend some time on it. And it's good. It's good. Well done, Ubisoft. Well done. You made me have faith in a platforming game. Like I said, my schedule is a little bit tight. I want to play a lot of different games. Goof around, make videos. Goof around, make content, upload. Hey, you know, I'm trying to pick it back up again. Trying to pick it back up with YouTubing and streaming at the same time. Speaking of streaming, if you stop by, your brain grows like 10 inches. You stop by Twitch, that's twitch.tv/InsomRio, okay? Oh, and your PP actually grows to your true length, you know? 6-inch flaccid. That's what they say when they watch the stream. Just saying. Stop by. Maybe unlock your full potential, you know? I'll give it an 80. In terms of the score and the snooze score, that's my scaling, by the way. Yeah, it's an 80. Maybe I should redo the snooze score, because I feel like me saying snooze and rating it high means that it'll like make you fall asleep. But no, it's completely just a normal scaling. I just named it differently. But yeah, I'll give it an 80. It'll keep you engaged. They already have like challenge modes for it. If you're playing this game, you're not falling asleep. It's visually pleasing. Nothing is too oversaturated. The flashing lights, you can turn that down as well. The music is good while you're fighting the bosses. The gameplay is good. It feels smooth. It's good. I haven't finished it yet. I'm gonna finish it off stream though. But hey, if you want to play this game, go for it. Don't just take my word from this video. Hey, if you want to check it out, check it out. If you don't like platform games, it's whatever. Your life. I'm not telling you what to do. But that is my first take on the new Prince of Persia. Peace!